What's up, guys? It is Corey from Super Kami Guru 9000, and welcome to my review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 318. This was a really badass filler episode that introduced the concept of bringing back the original Eight Tails and making him fight against Killer Bee, which I thought was a really cool idea, but probably my favorite part about this episode is that it makes a really great drinking game. The whole point of this episode is every single time you watch it, all you have to do is just pour yourself up a little drink here. And every single time that they mention hole in the heart, you just have to take yourself a drink. I should probably mention they do this about 8-10 times. Oh. Why don't Naruto and Sasuke just fuck already? So the episode actually opens up with Killer Bee running onto the battlefield, and we get to see that he's being watched by some Zetsu clones, and then shortly Killer Bee is joined by Motoi, his old friend that we met at the falls, and this is where Kabuto seems to be watching, and he realizes, oh, this is perfect. Killer Bee, I've got the perfect opponent for you. And that's when he summons Fukai in a pretty funny manner. You actually get to see the coffin explodes out of the ground, and all of the Zetsu clones were on top of it, and they all got spewed out at the same time. It was really funny. So then Fukai comes out, and then he's like all business. He's all seriousness, and he immediately transforms into his Jinchuriki state. Kind of similar to how, Kinkaku and Ginkaku could use their Latin chakra before. And since he was a Jinchuriki, I'm willing to accept that at this point. Plus, it's a filler. They can get away with what they want. What I do like about his appearance is he looks kind of similar to Killer Bee, but his horns are slightly different. He even has that extra horn, the green one, and it just looks really cool. He even has that weird, like, scar or that weird, like, paint that's over his one eye, and it gives it a little bit of more distinctiveness, and it kind of makes it so that when they're fighting, you can tell who is who. What's interesting about all of this is we actually get a lot of backstory about Fukai, and what's interesting most about him is that a lot of his origins had to do with Orochimaru, and I didn't expect that at all, and that's a really great way to sort of shoehorn him in a little bit in here. What's interesting is all of this is based around the fact that Orochimaru actually collected the Eight Tails horn, and this all happened because he got involved with Fukai, and the whole concept of the episode, like I said at the beginning, is Fukai still trying to find the hole in his heart. If Killer Bee can find the hole, then he can basically, control the Eight Tails completely. And, it's all kind of cheesy how it all leads up to the friendship kind of message. And that's pretty expected from these type of series. But that's pretty much what it is. Just people you care about, your friendships. That's what's going to fill that hole. I'm not going to take another fucking drink. But essentially this whole time we get to see that Orochimaru was sort of manipulating a lot of these events from the shadows. He was disguising himself as this female cloud ninja who looked really creepy, was obviously kind of Orochimaru-esque. I like how they sort of hinted at him at the beginning when they first showed the flashbacks with Fukai. You got to see him sort of hanging out at a cliff watching. So he's been like planning on this the entire time. And then he kills this scientist, and then he becomes him. And then he sort of tricks both the Eight Tails and Fukai with these like drugs that he ends up giving him. And this is all in an effort to try and control the Eight Tails, but that doesn't work. It just ends up going berserk. But he is able to collect that horn, and that's obviously why Kabuto is able to use this really crazy Edo Tensei. And this all leads into this battle, which is actually really awesome, and for the most part, pretty well animated. It's not perfect. There are some moments that are a little jerky, but, it's a big monster battle. It's real cool, especially when they both get to punch each other in the fists and everything. It's real awesome, just the kind of stuff that I like. It predictably leads into Killer Bee essentially letting Fukai know, I'm the one who's going to fill the hole in your heart. I can be your friend. I'll fill the whole thing. And this, allows him to, accept himself, accept death, and that's when he starts to slowly float away. So much for another one of Kabuto's trump cards. This was an awesome filler that was really well paced. There were a lot of moments I didn't even talk about. A lot of the flashbacks with Killer Bee as a child. Some of the stuff we've actually seen before. But, I think it all fit within the concept of the episode. Getting to see Motoi again was awesome. Actually learning that the Eight Tails killed his father in that battle gives him a little more importance. And this is a filler that just, it didn't really detract from anything, and I kind of cared a little bit. And maybe that's just because I think the Cloud Village is really interesting. I don't know. I just think their whole village is awesome. I don't know, just something about it. I'd love to learn a lot more about their history. There aren't too many villages in the series that we've really gotten too in-depth with. I mean, there's Sand Village, and to some extent we went into Hidden Rain, but like some of the others we still really know almost nothing about. And, maybe they'll show us a little bit more at the end of the series. But considering that it's been ramping up soon, that's just wishful thinking on my part. But still, This was a great way to bring back that character Fukai. It gave Killer Bee something interesting to do because I think watching Killer Bee's awesome. I think he's one of the coolest, most entertaining characters in the series. It wasn't a perfect episode. Like I said, the animation sort of was odd at sometimes. There were times when it was really good, and then there were times you're like, guys, what the fuck were you thinking? So because of that, I'm going to drop this one down to a 9 out of 10. If you're a Killer Bee fan, you're going to love it. It gives you a little bit more insight into the Cloud Village, and just a damn good filler overall. We're making our way through these fillers, guys. We're almost there. I don't know if we got another month ahead of us. I don't know if we have another 2 months ahead of us. What I can promise you is I will be there to review every episode of Naruto Shippuden, whether it be canon material or filler material. So, there it is, 9 out of 10. So how did you guys feel about this week's episode? You can let me know with your comments below. And you guys know the drill. Before you leave, give the video a thumbs up. It's one of the best ways to support our videos. That concludes this review today. We'll see you next time, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.